Yo, before we get this video started, man, I want to make sure that you know about the USCCA. This is an insurance policy for gun holders. So if you get into a self-defense situation, these are the people that you want to call, because sometimes even if you are the good guy in the situation, the prosecutors and the people that's running these courts, they may not see it that way. So make sure you have protection. If you're going to be holding on guns like this, if you're going to want to do this, make sure you have this. And no, this is not a paid promotion. I am just letting you know this because it's very important. So definitely get hooked up with the USCCA, and we're going to get right back with you. Yo, what's going down, YouTube? As you can see, we got some guns on the table. Today's video is about AK versus AR. So we're gonna go over the differences between the AK and the AR, and we actually have a hybrid between the two right here on the table. But we're gonna get into that in a second. This is a loaner from a good friend of the channel, BJ. Shout out BJ. I hope you see this video, man, and see how good your guns look, man. Also on loan is this beautiful Canic 9mm. All these guns are not loaded. There is no loaded guns on the table, but this thing is just lovely. Like, man, wow, that trigger feels nice. Also on loan is the Palmetto State KS-47. So this is actually a hybrid between the two. So you have the AR platform, but it's shooting the 7.62 round. So definitely a nice piece right there. On loan to the channel from my good friend BJ. So, take a look at these. Enjoy that, man. This is a crazy sight, man. The table is looking nuts today, man. Understand that. We got the Century Arms VSKA. This is the Century Ranch Edition, limited edition. I have MOE furniture on that. Foldable stock coming soon. I'm gonna get the Zukov foldable stock on that. Up next, we do have the VOODOO Industries, which is a fairly new AR company. We have the VOODOO Industries AR-15. This is the Witch Doctor model, chambered in 5.56 and 2.23. And last but not least, like I said, this is a hybrid between these two. So it's shooting the round of the AK, but it has the platform of the AR. This is the KS-57. Lovely piece. I love that. So shout out BJ for letting us borrow that, and also for bringing this lovely, this mug is nice, bringing this nice Canic 9mm onto the channel. Hopefully we can do some more reviews on that at a later date and compare it to the Glock 17, which is chambered in 9mm, and also to the Glock 43, which is also chambered in 9mm. So we'll be right back with the AK versus the AR with a little bit of a breakdown. Be right back. Yo, what's up, man? We back. So, AK versus AR. This is a very heated debate. I don't fall into that debate because I like both. I got both, you know what I'm saying? So, go ahead and get both. So that way, you can have the advantages of each platform, because each platform comes with its own unique advantages over the other. So the first thing that we want to talk about is the actual round. So, for the AK-47, It uses, well, this is not an AK-47, it's an AKM, but we'll get into that later. For the AK model, it takes a 7.62 round. So the round is a little bit bigger, it's wider in diameter. It moves a little slower, but it packs a serious punch. On the other hand, for the AR-15 platform, the AR platform, you have the 5.56 round, which you know, it's a little smaller. The velocity is a lot faster, so it has its own purposes and uses as well. So, you know, definitely there are uses for each round in different scenarios. So, like I said, the best option is just to have both. So, so let's just take a look at the AK real quick here. So this is the AK. Like I said, not loaded. Everything is cleared. Safety first, people. So on this AK, this is the Century Arms VSKA, chambered in 7.62 with MOE furniture. Like I said, if you've seen the last video, you know I will be getting the foldable stock for this. You know, this weapon is a lot heavier than the AR model. It's very durable. The AKM model is known for its durability. So it's very simple, you know, the process that's used to actually eject the round. So let's go ahead and break this down real quick so you can see the insides. And we're also going to break down the AR as well. But first, let's do the AK. So let's get this AR out of here real quick. Like I said, the first thing you want to do before you do any of this, man, you want to make sure that it's not loaded. You want to make sure that it's not loaded, which is not. So, to take down your AK, first thing you want to do is push this back button, which will pop off your dust cover. Now this is your dust cover for your AK right here. So let's go ahead and set that to the side. The next thing we have is our recoil pin, recoil spring in. Take that out. Comes out like that. We'll set that to the side. Now you make sure make sure that's down. Now we can pull out the BCG, which is the bolt carrier group. Now look at that. So you can see what that looked like. This is the firing pin is in here. So let's set that off to the side. Now lastly, to further take this down, we would you know, take this pin and kind of go up and just maneuver this up here, and then the gas tube comes off for cleaning. But this is about as far as we will go with breaking this down for right now, because it's really not needed. I was just doing it just to show you how it's done. So now let's go ahead and take down the AR, so that way you can see how that's done as well. But first, let's put this back together. So, and we won't take long for this. So put this, put the bolt carrier back in. Now there's these little notches right here. Push that down, slides right in. Take your spring, goes in. Notch that back. And this is where you have a lot of problems at right here. And any AK owner will tell you that putting the dust cover back on this thing is ridiculous. So I've tried to come up with a method here for putting these things on. So you put it down at the bottom first, push it in. Push it in and push down. And it goes right on. So put it at the bottom, line it up at the front, push in, push down, boom, there you go. make sure it's working. AKM model. So let's go ahead and check out the AR-15 situation, and we'll be right back. Yo, so we back with the AR. This is the good old American classic AR-15. Now this one, you know, it's got the collapsible stock. This is you know, pretty much standard edition. Comes with the Amend 2 magazine on it. I put this on there, you know, put a light on there. So, you know, definitely a good piece here. So, you know, definitely want to have an AR-15 model rifle. You know, these feel really good. This is definitely a lot lighter than my AKM. So, you know, I could imagine having one of these. You know, that the PSA KS-47 that BJ had was really nice. So that thing was light as this, but it shot that big 7.62 round. So, you know, definitely check this out. So what we're gonna do with this, we're gonna break this down so you can see how this one works too. So first thing we do is what? What's rule number one? We make sure that there's no bullets in there. So of course, no bullets. Unloaded. The first thing we do with this is there's pins on this one. It's a little bit easier for the takedown for this. So the first thing we want to do, we'll take down this back pin. It's hard to do this with these gloves on. Okay. Take down this front pin. There we go. Alright. So, what do we have here? Lower receiver, upper receiver. Magazine. It's not a clip. Stop calling these clips. What do we have here? Lower receiver, upper receiver. This portion of the weapon, when it comes to ARs, this is what you're getting background check for. This piece right here. This is what you're getting background check for. This is the piece that actually is the firing mechanism. Has a trigger, guard, and everything in it, so you know. Lower receiver. This is the upper receiver. So with the upper receiver, anybody can have this. Even a felon can own one of these, but you cannot attach it to that. That's what makes it an actual weapon. So to finish taking this down, you just pull that back. This is the BCG, short for bolt carrier group, so you can see how different it is compared to the AK model. These are also steeped, which is very nice, high quality. So these are definitely good receivers, and this is the charging handle, so you use this to engage the weapon. So that's how you break down the AR-15. Let's go ahead and put this thing back together, and then we'll go for a review of what we just went over here. So to put it back together, you want to make sure all the parts are, you know, the same way. This is the end that goes in first. So you put this in here. It's a small notch. You definitely won't be able to see it, but there's a notch right there. And from there, take the bolt carrier group, slide it in, push it all the way in. You should hear a click. That's how you know you did it right. Close the dust cover. Now this is the dust cover for the AR platform. Very small. So to put it back, very simple. Line it up. That's 1, 2. Put the pin in. Once again, not loaded. Safety first. Make sure everything's functioning. And that's it. AK versus AR. So if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, all that. And see you next time. We out.